come into the United States as a visitor and create a ruckus for us. We don't want it. We don't want it in our country. Go back and do it in your country. But you're not going to do it in our country. It might be more than 300 at this point. We do it every day. Every time I find one of these lunatics, I take away their visa.
Noted. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, in no uncertain terms, taking ownership of the administration's crackdown on foreign students over campus protests. The new effort, known as Catch and Revoke. Axios reporting the administration is using artificial intelligence to review thousands of student visa holders' social media accounts, sending shockwaves, frankly, across universities. With me now, senior politics reporter for Axios, Mark Caputo, and immigration attorney, Veronica Cardenas. Thank you both for being here. Mark, let me begin with what is being said here. Rubio is owning this policy. Where do you get the idea?
Well, he'd come up with it after October 7th. One of the things that he had stated was anyone who participated in what he said were pro-Hamas demonstrations needed to be kicked out of the country, that the executive branch needed to exercise its authority to cancel visas. Obviously, Joe Biden didn't do that, but what a difference an election makes. Now Marco Rubio, Secretary of State, he has that power and he is zealously exercising it.
Do we know a lot about the AI parameters here to determine what would constitute cause under his definition?
No, but it certainly seems, if you review this most recent case of this Turkish student or Turkish woman at Tufts University, it appears, now I say it appears, we don't have all the information, that she had written an op-ed which was against U.S.-Israel policy and was critical of Israel. But in having read it, I didn't really see anything in there that was really pro-Hamas or pro-terrorist. It was just essentially kind of pro-Palestinian, anti-Israel policy. So it seems to be a pretty broad net currently, and they haven't explained exactly what their parameters are, and I'm not sure they're going to do that.
Well, Veronica, I want you to listen to what Secretary Marco Rubio said in explaining why the administration is cracking down on campus anti-Semitism. He said this just moments ago. Listen.
There's a clear distinction between protesting against the democratic order and protesting in favor of groups that advocate the slaughter and murder of innocent people.
What do you make of that distinction, Veronica, if anything?
I think that this is just another experiment and they're trying to see what sticks. And so they're trying to target specific people, just like in the Alien Enemies Act, stating that everyone that was removed to El Salvador was they were members of Daniela. And this is what they're doing now with the students. This is a clear signal that they are going back and picking up on very archaic usages of immigration laws, and they're trying to create new removable or deportable non-citizens.
Speaking of the practices being used, I am curious. We've seen masked agents who are approaching and detaining these students. Is that common practice of how it's done? You're an immigration attorney.
Yes, and during my time with ICE, this is common practice. You can see when they approach her, they're not even identifying themselves. They're not telling her the reasons why she's arrested. They're not even giving her her Miranda warnings as they're leaving. And so this is very problematic, and this is the way that ICE operates because, quite frankly, they've never had to operate in any other way. The immigration laws give them that latitude.
Even no Miranda?
They are Mirandized when they go into their station to be processed. That's when they're supposed to give them their Miranda rights.
Mark, I want to go to the reporting here because you have some new reporting on how this pro-Hamas purge by the administration could actually block certain institutions from having any foreign students. What have you learned?
Under current law, if you are a university and you want to have foreign students on a student visa, what you have to do is you apply to the Department of Homeland Security and they certify you to be able to do this. And you can have your students and they go through the whole process. What is being discussed now is if in these reviews that Rubio is currently doing, and his department is also spearheading this endeavor, they find that too many students, too many of these people are quote unquote pro-Hamas, or the phrase that one person used with me, some people are Hamasniks, if there are too many Hamasniks, they'll just cancel the university entirely from getting any foreign students. And a Department of Justice official told me, a senior Department of Justice official said that one of the reasons for this is they want to make the universities suffer when it comes to their their bottom line. That is, these foreign students pay full freight and it will cost them a lot of money. And so it'll essentially put the schools on notice and keep them in the line.
Well, perhaps, Veronica, so much for the idea of the Supreme Court's notion of the marketplace of ideas that universities hold when they're examining First Amendment and speech conduct. I mean, this is a new zero tolerance policy. It has already sparked a series of lawsuits more broadly. Will the justice system be able to even keep up with what we know about due process, given the sheer numbers here?
And I really hope so. And this is going to have to be challenged with the federal courts. The immigration courts just don't have the due process. They can't consider due process arguments. And so when we're seeing these visas revoked, immigration judges are powerless. That's it. The person is already subject to immigration proceedings, and now they have to show why they can stay. And so these challenges regarding a person's due process rights, what they have is going to have to be done by the federal courts.
If they're still in the custody of the United States, especially. Mark Caputo, Veronica Cardenas, thank you both so much.
Thank you.